My boyfriend 23 male orders takeout without asking me 22 female if I want anything. I know the title sounds a bit trivial, but hear me out. There's been several occasions where my boyfriend, who I live with, and I will be chilling together on our phones when he gets up, goes to the door, and collects his Uber Eats that he's ordered for himself. I've told him every time that I find it rude that he doesn't ask me if I want any, especially since we go 50-50 in groceries and I always offer to buy him food, but it's happened more than 10 times now. There's even been a time when he was coming home from the pub with his friend and he ordered McDonald's for himself to arrive when they got home. Even his friend told him it was rude that he didn't offer anything. Every time it happens and I say something, he offers to order me food afterward, but I'm more annoyed over the principle than missing out on food. The last couple times he did it he got really defensive and said that because I'm trying to eat healthy he was actually doing the right thing, by not asking me because that way I'm not tempted by it. Is this normal or is this as disrespectful as I find it? Every time he does it it turns into a big argument and I don't know whether I should just give up or stand my ground even if it is a bit trivial. This issue is that he keeps doing this over and over. You've talked with him. His friend told him it's rude and he still does it? WTF is his problem? How would he feel if you did that? Plus it's a waste of money to order you something after, because of the delivery fee and tip. That's not solving it, that's trying to put a band-aid on it. I really don't know how you're gonna get through to him if he literally doesn't give a shit about your feelings on this and makes excuses when he's caught. Is he like this with anything else? Man. If a man doesn't care about if you're hungry, he truly does not care about you. This man only cares about himself. So rude. I'd be really petty and stop making any shared meals and stop sharing grocery bills. And stop sharing a bed, so he can sleep better, doing him a favor. But that's just me. It's definitely not polite or normal. I don't know what rules people in their early 20s play by, but it's always been rude to do that where I am from. The red flag I see isn't just the act itself though, it's that they keep doing it when you've said repeatedly that it bothers you. This is a recurring thing that you've brought up multiple times, yet he still continues to do it. He doesn't give a fuck about you. It's really disrespectful and inconsiderate. I'd stop doing him any favors and I'd stop going 50-50 on food with him. He can buy his own. Any meals you make just enough for you. Anytime you order takeaway, don't even ask if he wants any. Play this twat at his own game. Alternatively just ditch him and get someone who actually considers you and takes on board your feelings and opinions. So I want to share something that my therapist said that has shaped my life. If someone does something that hurts you, and you tell them and they know it and continue to do it, then that's emotional abuse. I know it sounds drastic, but constant microaggressions like this will eat away at you. He is basically saying, I know this upsets you and I don't care. This man doesn't care about you. That's weird and kinda really disrespectful of you. Asked him multiple times. It's really not hard to be like, hey, I'm ordering X. It sounds like the underlying issue is that he's thinking, me, and you're thinking, we. Bottom line, you told him it bugs you and he didn't stop. Huge red flag. This is not trivial. It's a complete lack of basic manners, frankly, and consideration for someone he's supposed to care about. If my husband went to the door and grabbed some food he ordered for himself that I wasn't even aware of, I would pack his bags. That just seems outrageous to me. It's just rude. Extremely rude. If someone cares about you and your healthy eating habits, they even offer to order from a place you can both get something from. That's on the caring end of the spectrum. Not to offer at all or even say, hey, I don't want to twist your arm since you are eating healthy, but would you like something, is just rude. If you voiced your concern and he's still doing it, just disrespectful at this point. It's a small thing, but it shows overall respect. That really is rude. I mean, it's not like you are demanding he pay for your food, but the fact he's not even asking if you want anything. That's mind-bogglingly selfish and thoughtless. I'll be honest here. My girlfriend has been diagnosed with PCOS, thus she's been eating healthy from past few months, but I still offer her stuff that is tasty yet healthy like Subway, MCD with wheat buns and other stuff like that. So not asking or ordering food with an excuse of, you're eating healthy stuff, that's why I am doing the right thing, is completely wrong and rude as well. See, if this issue always turns into an argument and shit like that, I think you should just give up trying to make him understand basic etiquettes. You do you. I would just only cook for yourself and order food for yourself when you want it. He can't have it both ways. What makes this relationship worthwhile for you? There's 3 possible reasons. 1. He's a selfish asshole. 2. He resents paying for you, see number 1. 3. He fears you'll say something like, "Can we not have McDonald's? I'm gluten intolerant and doing veganuary and I had that yesterday anyway. I'll make us a pasta salad." If that's you, I can see why he might do it. If he doesn't feed you, is he even your boyfriend? Lol. How long have you guys been dating? I think I remember someone saying something about the inconsideration of their partner. They separated after years and years of marriage because of something small like this, showing how they didn't think of their partner at all when it came to these things. So is the excuse really because you're trying to eat healthy and he doesn't want to tempt you? Because he can just be polite and offer and you can refuse. Have you tried the same and ordered just for yourself? Just curious about what would be his reaction. This hurt my feelings, man. My man throws a tantrum if I make even a drink for myself without offering him also. I can't imagine how peeved he would be if I ordered takeout without him. It sounds trivial, but it's actually very rude. I almost feel like it's deliberate too, because the other alternative is that he literally forgets about you every time he does it, and I don't buy that. F him. I know it's petty, but I'd just do the same back. Make your own food for yourself and you only all the time. Like this is a symptom of a bigger problem of his complete lack of basic respect and care for you. Look, either cut your losses, which is better and easier in the long run, or start doing the same. Buy your own food and lock it up. Only cook enough for yourself. Only order food for yourself. If you buy toiletries, only for you. Your car, sorry, only for you. Everything, only for you. But that seems like a lot of wasted time and effort to be petty and teach him a lesson, rather than just cutting your losses and moving on. Women are not a rehab for useless men. This is crazy selfish and inconsiderate. He's pretty much telling you that he doesn't care about you. I don't understand how you would like to be in a relationship with a guy that doesn't treat you like his partner and can't be bothered to ask if you would like to get something to eat too. This is such a basic thing. I fear if you continue this relationship, you will continue to be the considerate one and he'll continue to think only about himself. He is showing you loud and clear that you don't matter. If you need him, he won't be there for you. He'll only think of himself. That's pretty obvious. My boyfriend used to bring me extra McDonald's hamburgers or Tully's from hanging out with his friends when I couldn't go. I never asked. He's behaving like an entitled cunt biscuit. This wasn't a one-off. He knows what he is doing is shitty but continues to do it. He has no care or respect for op. He needs to grow up or move out. If you do most of the cooking, you can try cooking only for yourself for a while. Maybe then he will understand how you feel. I mean, talking about it with him should be enough, but you already did that and it didn't work. Possible solution is to order food and only cook for yourself. See if he says anything, and point it out. So I even ask my estranged husband if he wants food when I order something and he's here. It's just common courtesy. It's inconsiderate and extremely rude to order food only for himself without asking if you want anything. Is he inconsiderate or not thoughtful in other places too? I bet he is. It's fucking rude. That's just plain rude. It's also extremely odd behavior. Honestly, who sits with their partner or even their friend and orders takeaway food without asking if the other is interested? Guy sounds like he's a single cell away from shutting down because that level of ignorance isn't normal. I'm just imagining sitting with my ex and this happening, just can't imagine it because that would never happen. We sometimes ordered separate takeaways, but we went all out or asked if someone wanted something. So weird. Literally can't get over this, tears of joy. My wife is the center of my universe. I love her with my whole heart and soul. And have done since our first date 25 years ago. There is no way on this green earth I would leave her out of something like this. This chap is not the one. No, this is not normal behavior. You describe childlike, selfish behavior that wouldn't be appropriate for a 10-year-old. When he orders for both of you, do you usually reimburse him? Have you told him, next time you order let me know? I'll pay for my share. Are your finances shared? Does one person contribute more or less than the other? Everyone is saying it's rude, but boyfriends, sometimes you just want to buy a meal without having to pay for multiple. However, if you're contributing more in other areas and he's not willing to treat you at all, then that's not fair. Why can't you order your own food? Also, who's paying when food gets ordered? I'm going to go against the grain here. But first, a question: are you paying for it? If your premise is that he cannot order food unless he's going to buy you food, that's kind of greedy. You're an able-bodied, fully capable adult. You're a big girl and can procure your own food. Personally, if it were me, yes, I'd offer. I don't do things like your BF. But you seem to take it as an entitlement. Weird and rude. Disrespectful AF. Not the asshole. He should at least offer, and if you say no, then that's that. The fact that even his friends have said something should speak volumes. It may be trivial, but if he's not keeping you in mind when you keep him in mind constantly, in my opinion, that's a red flag with a siren attached to it. Do that to him 10 times and see how he feels, face with rolling eyes. I would never order something without asking my girlfriend. That dude is fucking weird. Petty advice. You need to start saying yes when he asks if you want anything after his food arrives. A few instances of paying 2x the overhead for Uber Eats might help him remember you when he goes to order again. This isn't trivial. He's selfish and rude and quite possibly a tightwad. I would be willing to bet if you take a step back and take a good long look at your relationship, you would find other examples of this kind of behavior. Think about if he has the character and values of someone you want a future with. This is just downright bizarre. I'd never order carry-out without asking my husband what he wants. We're a family and we usually eat together. When one of us cooks, we share it. Same goes for takeout. It sounds like your boyfriend sees you as more of a roommate than a partner. Extremely strange and not trivial, says a lot about him. I would sit him down and talk about it, not when it's just happened, one last time. Tell him exactly how strange, rude, and selfish it is, and how it makes you feel. This is no partnership. Telephone him that if he blows it up, or does it again, you guys are done. Follow through. Tell him that if he really thinks it's that normal or okay to ask his friends or family for their opinion. Goof luck. I would rethink this whole relationship tbh. That is pretty disrespectful and not normal. I usually ask my roommates whom I'm not in a relationship with if they want anything when I order out. Totally abnormal. Why are you living with this weirdo? I'd end it immediately, no joke. It's the most basic consideration to ask. How are you? Would you like something to eat? What did you do today? Are you cold? Do you want to go for a walk? Like basic. What do you even talk about with this blob? No, that's just plain rude. I agree with you that it is about the principle. And you've told him multiple times about this and still doesn't listen. That's a red flag for me. I would stop sharing your food with him.